Hello, it's been a while. We're back with more i30N installation content. It's been a few changes. You can see wheels are different, stickers here and there. Yes, big fan of Osbargen, if you can see the logo there. But today we're going to be trying to install some upgraded speakers. I've done the amp upgrade, but I feel like there's a little bit more punch that can be given to the speakers. These would be the front speakers, TS-A1601C, and then for the rears I've got the TS-A1681F. Tools, I'm basically going off the forum post, which I'll link down in the description, the Ncast forum on how I'm going to be doing this. Plastic pry tools, screwdriver, there's a couple different heads in here that I'll need to use. According to some Facebook comments on the N Performance group in Australia, I believe each rear speaker will probably take about 20 minutes and the front 40 minutes each. And that's like the kind of conservative guess. Now, one thing that I am a bit concerned about is that with I think the front speakers might need a 3D printed adapter, which comes from one of the group members who's from Sydney, thankfully. Reached out to him. So if I can get it the same day today as I'm filming this, I will see whether that is required. I think it makes it a hell of a lot easier to install from what I understand, but we'll see. He sells them for about, I think it was 90 bucks for the whole set. I'll also have a link to that down in the description below. But for now, I don't think the rears need it. So I'll just do the rear speakers first because they take the shortest amount of time. And I kind of want to get those out of the way. All right, let's unbox the rear speakers. Oh, don't do that. Just got it, and I probably have already broken it. Hopefully not. Some cables, screws. So the same thing for this side. I think all of them come with this little bracket on the side, on the back of it. Yeah, this one comes with it as well. 350 watts max. I'm pretty sure the amp I have only does like 300-400. Okay, for this one I need to get the triangle side thing off here. Plastic pry tool. Yep, and then should be a third one here. Pry out the rubber mat and then get the exposed screw. So we're gonna get the place where you put your used tissues and stuff. Okay, plastic bits out while we do some cleaning. And then there's a screw that is exposed in there. Just show you. That's what we're trying to get to. Next step, pry out the sides and bottom of door panel to release 11 clips. There's no way. The whole thing. Holy moly. So it takes the whole thing off. God, it doesn't help that it's so sunny here. There you go. Putting a lot of faith in this plastic pry tool not to break. Now I might just go from the top because that seems to be coming off. I was hoping I didn't break something. I think we're good. But all it needs is a bit of monkey strength. And then it worked. Let's get that big chunk out. Jeez, all right. The window seal kind of fell off. I mean, you're gonna stick that back on, but that's fine. Just something to not forget once we're all done. And then we just need to disconnect all these cables, which are still plugged in. I'll show you, because it's still hanging on by a couple things. So just unplug this one, and I think there's one over there. Fairly simple. I think it's really mentioned in the guide. Oh, there we go. Just press down. Okay. All right, it's that easy. That's what it looks like. So these two clips. we got rid of. This one and that one. This thing we gotta change. Okay, next step, we just need to unscrew these four holding it. These four screws. And once they're removed, we use the black bracket, I assume, that we got in the box to attach the speaker in properly. I don't want to say it too soon, but this seems pretty easy so far. Wait, these aren't even your regular screw, they're like the star ones. It's probably a better view, that one. All right, and just unplug it from the side here. Okay, that's one. Issue number one is you're gonna have to solder some stuff from what I've been told. So you can see here, the plug is supposed to fit in like that, but there's no such plug on at least these set of speakers, which I have here. I plugged in the cable it came with, these things here, but these don't really plug into anything. So from what I understand, something needs to be soldered from this plug into the other one, which I will figure out. It looks like I will need to get the adapters from Justin from the Facebook group, and I think that'll make life a little bit easier in terms of these adapters and having to stick them on, because if you notice here, this adapter does have a hole for this plug here, but these ones obviously don't. So I think these adapters will make life a bit easier. And yeah, it looks like you'll need some soldering to get that fixed. So let's time skip for when I pick it up from Justin. All right, it's a new day. I grabbed the 3D prints from Justin, great guy. So you'll notice there's a couple issues we're facing if you don't have the 3D print. So this is the original speaker on the rear door. So it's got this little plug here that it comes with. Now the new speaker, the Pioneers, these brackets don't have that hole in there, and the new ones don't exactly have the same plug on the back. So I brought that up with Justin and he said, yeah, there's gonna be some soldering involved. So what we need to do, once you've taken these rear speakers out, effectively you need to de-solder the plug back here against these cables, and then there's some glue attached to the plug, I think on the back of it, where you'll need to sort of chip away at it, but there's glue on it that you'll need to get rid of to get the plug out. And then once it's out, the idea is you solder the plug, or you put the plug into the 3D printed hole there, and then solder some audio cable from the new speaker to the plug, and that'll sit something like that. If I can line it up properly, it'll be like plugs here soldered to the plug hole, which would have the plug that we desoldered from the old one, and pop it on there. And then bottom piece down here. Don't want to monkey grip too hard. There we go. Same deal. Unplug everything. Same thing. Triangle first. There's only 2 cables on this door, so I just need to unplug those 2. And we'll have it exposed. 1, 2. Unplugged. We've got it exposed. Alright, let's remove speakers off here. There's similar steps to what we did to the other door, which is to get this triangle bit off of the door. This is the driver's side for reference. And then same thing, we got to get into under where your little keys and napkins stuff goes in and unscrew. Ow. It's really hot. There's like a little tab you got to get to. Got it off, but the issue is trying to hold it up with one hand. Alright, there we go. I can definitely do with a vacuum as well. And we just unscrew that basically. So we've got 3 in total. 1 here, 2, which is the same as the rear, an extra 3rd one I think. Very, very simple. I'm just going to unplug those. The last piece is being a bit stubborn. Okay, well, as I was going in to get pliers, because I was giving up, my partner ends up pulling it out herself. That's great. Very, very nice. Unplugged, and they look pretty much identical to what we saw on the other rear speakers. I'm gonna have to desolder top bits here, take this plug out, which I think is glued on. Because it's pretty tricky to get to, we're just gonna cut right into it to get to the connector and take it out. Because I'm not going to be reusing this bracket. I'm going to be using the one that Justin gave me. And yeah, I'm just going to throw these because frankly these speakers suck and I don't think they're really worth anything. Just completely destroyed. I was going to throw it away anyway. And we just need that black piece.
Glue, man. They glue it. Nó bỏ miếng glue chứ cái original connector nó sao không có gì đâu.
I don't know how legit this is, but I'm just gonna slowly shave away this black glue thing. There's probably a better method. I'm scared of cutting into the plate itself. Faster method seems to be to just brute force cut through it all slowly, rather than what I'm doing. Hiya!
Oh, con chim con ơi.
Just flung on my hand. I guess you have to be really careful in case you cut. That's what it looks like. Just push it right in. Wow, actually perfect fit. Damn, Justin is good at what he does. Okay, let's try it. Alright, so to know which way is the right way is, you've got two sides. You got the Audi, and then you got the innie. So these are on the... Now at this stage I did forget to install the plastic cover with the grill mesh thing. So you can always pop it on a bit later, but just remember to put it on at this stage just to save you time. You'll see in a bit. Plugged in, screws there, blah blah blah. Back unsoldered. So once we solder it, I think we just do 1 to 1. So it'd be like left one to the left one, right one to the right one. Yeah, it should be fine. There's the cables it came with, so it's pretty self-explanatory. The big one goes into the big one, small one goes to the small one, and then I think you just need to cut the wires, strip the protective layer, and then solder them on.
Okay.
I think that should be it.
Em có flux không? Thôi khỏi đi. Thin trước con ha. Thin là little bit flux.
Anh làm gì?
Cái flux là third party liquid, nó làm cho cái soldering nó smooth.
Okay.
And it quickly dính như đây. Rồi.
Done. Whoa.
Okay. Rồi done.
Finish.
Cứng lắm.
Okay. Gonna test to make sure it works before putting everything together. So I'm gonna plug the black plug into where it was originally. I'm gonna have to do this with like one hand. Slight correction with screwing the speaker in. I've realized, how am I supposed to put this on? This plastic cover with sort of mesh thing on it. And I realized you're meant to take the mesh thing off, which will reveal some screw holes, and then you put the screws on top of that and then screw it on. So I have to undo the ones that you saw me screw in and pop it back on. So it'll look a bit different. I'll do that now. So this is actually how it looks like. It's supposed to be, have that. And then once it's on, you pop the mesh on top and it looks a lot nicer. So I'll fast forward through this process. I'm not gonna record all of them, but just imagine me doing this 4 times. These don't line up. So you'd think it'd be like right under it. I mean, you're not gonna see it when the door's closed anyway, but that's just something to know and potentially get a little upset over. Okay, these are screwed on. Now I don't know if you're supposed to use the longer ones or the shorter ones, but yeah, I'm doing it as I go. Probably should read the manual. That's probably a good step to start with. That's what it looks like. And then once I pop it on, just screw it in, good to go. Yeah, put the door covers and everything back. So I'll film myself doing the front door, and then it'll just be like a mirrored version for the other two sides. I'm not going to film both. You'll get the hang of it. I'll fix up this cover for the front. Just had to dig through my rubbish bin because I thought I threw it away, but I don't think my front speakers have any sort of cover, so I think I'm good on that part. So I'm going to screw this one back in to the front. All right, make sure the power point is obviously pointed towards where this is so you can reach it. That's done. So both of the right driver's side, front and rear are plugged in. I'm gonna just do the other side and then we'll test out the sound. I'm gonna skip past that. Speakers. I haven't put the door plastic cover things back on. I just have them shut right now, so I just want to make sure everything's working. Oh my god. It's shaking. I think I need to tighten it. This one's definitely shaking. That side's fine. I'm gonna listen to all of them. Tighten the one this side. Doesn't shake. That is a huge improvement in sound, seriously. So much better. Bass is punching. Yeah, this is good. This is on 15 right now, for reference. 14, 15. Okay, I'm gonna put the doors back together and then it's onto the tweeters, which I've heard is the hardest bit. So I'm kind of worried about that. Let's put everything back in. I think this was here for the windows. Is that it? I feel like there was more to it, but now I'm like, oh, it's here. It's for the door. Want to put this? Door unlocks, that's good. So you got 3 things to reconnect, 1, 2, and 3. Make sure everything works. All right, next part are the tweeters. This has got to be possibly one of the hardest camera angles I've had to work with. It's like on top of my steering wheel. How the hell am I supposed to get this out? Now, the angle's a little bit tricky, but looking at a YouTube video, it's possible to get through it by this section here, which I have gone through before when I did the amp upgrade. So I think what you need is like a stick which has like a right angle, and then reach in and push up against that. That'll make it super, super easy to get in. All right, maybe I can do it with this tool. I don't want to drop this. Need a bigger stick with the right angle. Update, went to Bunnings and bought 2 things. I don't know if they're long enough, to be honest, but I can always return it if anything. I don't know, they're not much longer than the plastic tool. Actually, this one's slightly longer. Well, it's got a better grip, so I guess that's the advantage I could probably have. Scratch the whole board. All right, I'm using the hook and pick set. I think I'm damaging it. Okay, so up to a precision screwdriver. I'm in, but I'm really scared of it snapping. Like, it's not fully up yet, but I'm using 2 different ones. Precision screwdriver is the way to go, huh? I feel like I'm breaking something. Feels like plastic, a bunch of plastics bending. I got no idea. Oh my god. Huh. Oh. Okay, we're in, so now we just need take out these two Phillips screws on the side. 5/16, the worst angle to work on. Okay, this part is super important. When you disconnect this, make sure you put a big paper clip or something, because if you drop it back there, it's going into oblivion. You're not going to see it. So I've got a clip to stay on it. I'm going to disconnect it. Alright. Don't drop this. Yep. That'll stay on. Perfect. Alright. And you'll see here, if we want it to connect again to this plug on the back of it, we will need to solder again. That's the tweeter. This is the 3D print from Justin. So it's got a little hole in it. We can just slip that through and it'll stick right into close to perfect fit. But if you don't want it to rattle around because there's a bit of leeway in there, you can put like blue tack or some sort of dampening thing on it. And then, yeah, I just need to solder it to the new cable, or the cable, the OEM one, using the existing one. Brute force again.
Đó thấy không? Nó có một miếng silicon ở đây nè. Nó thành ra nó okay. Đó. Không có nóng tay đừng sợ.
Yeah.
Khi lấy cái ấy ra vậy. Right. No. We make this one. Right.
Solder này tới đây rồi.
Really?
Không biết.
No. Not so much heat. Ok, rồi Tùng ha. Cửa hàng dính rồi.
Yep.
Rồi con nghe đi, cắm vô nghe được rồi, không sao. Thử đi con.
So I ended up not using the cables that were hanging out from the tweeter. There are some metal little prongs sticking out on both sides, so we stuck the black cable to the side where the black cable is sticking out, and the red cable to where the black and white cable is sticking out. Alright, I plugged it in, and we're just going to test real quick whether it's working. I keep in mind, because there's empty space, we need to fill it with blue tack once we're done. Yeah, it's working. I'll just need to dampen it with blue tack, and then I can just stick it back in, screw it back in, we're done. And just stuff these cables I don't need. I mean, you could just cut it off, but I guess if you want to keep it, you can keep it. Got the new ones now, so you just need to slide all these cables through the 3D print. You need to test it to make sure it works, and then I'll start doing all the blue tack stuff to make sure it's got some dampening and stuff in there. Careful not to yoink this out because there's not much slack on these cables. Nice and easy. Alright, that's clicked in. Hey! Yeah, that's on. Alright, sweet. We're good. I'm just sticking some blue tack on the bottom, on the sides, just kind of like bits and bobs here and there. Well, I might have put too thick of an amount, because then it's not gonna... Oh, kind of scuffed, but okay, yeah, that's pretty disgusting. But does it rock around? No, hopefully it doesn't block any sound either. You know, maybe I should have put it inside instead of the actual speaker. That would have been smarter. Am I silly? I am. Yeah, it's taken a while, this whole project. Would I recommend it? Alright, then we just stuff this cable in, screw it in, and we're done. Reverse, so you know, 1, 2, and then you pop the cover on, and that's it. We're done. That's it. I'll skip through that because I'm sure you guys will know how to do the reverse. Would I recommend it? No. To DIY, that is. It takes way too long, and I just lucked out because I'm quite lucky that my partner's parents do know how to solder, because if I was doing that myself, I'd probably break something and melt something off. That's it. Thanks for watching.
Where did she go? Jump scare. Jump scare. Jump scare. Jump scare.